Alright, I'm going to try to shed some light on what I'm talking about here. This is a little electronic match thing that the rocket motors use to ignite the engines. It has this little flammable compound on the tip. You probably already know this, but I'm just making sure. And then these two little leads here connected to alligator clips, which you have this little electron beam. This is the Estes lighter that I was talking about. And you have, I'm trying to do this with one hand. You have these two little alligator clips that clip onto the ends here. And then this provides, the current that flows through this low resistance wire and gets real hot and ignites that stuff and ignites the motor. But with my multimeter, I have it set to, I can't get real close to this lens, test for resistance, and I test each lead. Try to do this. Just dropped it. So I have to hold this on its side here, I think. No. I can try that. Alright. So if I have this little doohickey, and I have my two leads here, and I put them on this, it tells me if this would stay on. You can see that this is pretty much exactly 1 ohm. This little guy here, it's resistance is. So that's what I'm saying when I'm talking about load resistance, which on this circuit is, God, wow, that looks really crappy. Then in this circuit that I have drawn up here, this being the 1 ohm match, then that means that with 12 volts going through each circuit in parallel here, there would be 12 volts going through a 1 ohm load, which would be 12 amps, which seems really high, and that would drain my batteries pretty quickly. So I was thinking that I could just put in a resistor here. I was just fiddling around with resistor values, so that I don't really need to pay attention to that. This resistor, I was thinking if I could just limit how much current goes into this load, being a little match, if I could limit that to like 2 or 3 amps, that would be more than enough to ignite the little thingy. And the Estes thing reads 2.7 amps when I have near new batteries in it. 5.94 volts puts out 2.7 amps across the little gator clips. So if I had about the same amount of amperage going through this part, I would need to lower the total amount of current flowing through this part of the circuit. So that's what I'm saying with this whole thing. If that makes any sense at all, I hope it does. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Poop.